You're listening to Concubitus, Sex and Everything in Between. You're talking to Taya.
And Maren.
Yes, and we're here to find out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
We're just as confused as you.
Exactly.
So, Maren, why are we doing this?
Well, we're doing this because we think there is so much about sex education we didn't know. Nobody told us about. We had to find out in embarrassing moments, which were enlightening for sure. But we think that it could be nice to just have an honest and down-to-earth conversation about sexual intercourse, sex, concubitus, whatever you want to call it, and just everything in between.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, have an honest conversation about all the things that might pop into you. Pun intended, thank you.
Literal sense.
Literal sense. Or whatever you might encounter in this world that is sexually... there are so many weird things out there and nobody tells you about them.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to enlighten you in the way that we possibly can. And maybe let you know about the things that might pop up out there.
Exactly.
So you don't have to go search for this sex education other places.
Or just hear entertaining stories from our side.
This could also be what you were benefiting from this.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So do you quickly want to introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Taya. I am 27 years old. Years young. I am from Denmark. And... honestly, I am just a confused young woman. I am single. I feel like this is a very important thing to mention.
Yeah.
Might be, might not be, but in this case it is. And honestly, roaming the world in my 20s of finding out what is what and just it's the horror.
Will we ever know?
Will we ever know? Possibly not.
Exactly.
What about you? Who are you? Who are you?
Who am I? No, I'm Maren. I'm 26 and I'm from Berlin. So we met here in the wonderful city of Copenhagen.
Ooh.
World city, guys. And I agree with you. I'm just also trying to sort out my issues and fetch my life, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But I think it's just honestly important for me, but also for us, of course, to just like speak your mind and fuck everything that people expect from you. Because I think that's just bullshit in most of the cases. And just trying to be who I want to be in a world that doesn't really want that often. So, but that's a different story.
What do you do for a living, and how does this possibly help you in your way of being you?
Yeah. So I'm a master's student at the moment. I study. So I know, guys. I'm gonna be rich.
It was at this moment we all knew she lied.
So I'm the president. No.
Okay.
Not yet. But I study global health, and I've been working in the field of health politics and also actually in the field of women's health specifically. So that was actually also a major reason why I just realized that so many things are just so fucked up.
Yes.
From whatever perspective you can look at it, but it's especially also when it comes to healthcare and women's health, and so little we know about all of that. And that all comes back to female sexuality in the end, and of course
the lack of knowledge behind female sexuality.
Exactly. And we both define ourselves as women, and we see us like clear about that, but still there's just so little knowledge and so much taboo and stigma and just so many things and challenges everyone else, of course, faces every day. And I think it's just important to be open about it and to talk about it. Yeah. Than just hide and just trying to fit in, even though you obviously don't and can't.
No, social norms.
Exactly. Yeah. What about you?
I am not going to be the president, but that being said, I do
You never know.
Well, true. I'm a waitress, and I also do administrative work. Yes. Ooh. So in that sense, my fake smile, my faking is on point, to the point where I do have a lot of people around me that I need to tend to, not always for my like pleasure.
Yeah.
But meaning I've learned to smile and behave when I needed to. So in the social norm there, I do fit
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
so grand.
Which is also this expectation we have, right? Towards
Yes.
women. Like,
Yes.
Be smile.
In that specific area, I fit into that box very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. And so what did you learn in sex education? Like, why is this something, you want to talk about?
Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of lacking in this area. My first official sex ed class was in elementary school. The basic one where you learn this is the female and the male reproductive system. There will circa be this much sperm when a man ejaculates, and stuff like that. This is how intercourse is looked, and then there was these bad drawings in books where it's the person was cut in half and you didn't know which was up and down because you did not know what a vagina was. I mean, you were very young. So that's where my first official sex ed class was, and then I think it all just... It's like a rolling stone. One talk goes to another. Some of the talks you have with your friends are correct information. Some of it is just, I mean, can you even call it gossip? It's not even. It's just stories, myths, if you can call it anything.
But do you remember how you felt about it? Like, how do you feel when you had sex education in school? Like, was it... something you were embarrassed about, or...
I remember back then
neutral?
I was embarrassed because you were that young, and I've always been embarrassed in the sense that, well, my parents never sat me down and was like, so here's the story about the bees and flowers. Like, that came so natural in a sense that we watched movies where there was sex, and we had learned from school that this is how babies are made.
Yeah.
But you never learn anything about the pleasure about everything. Like, there is this thing called the orgasm. Ooh. But you are never taught anything specific about how it's done or how it's even a thing. And my parents didn't, like... I mean, some people might have a dad that's ready to sit them down and be like, okay, sweetheart,
Let's
a penis can do this.
Let's
but
talk.
I am kind of, thank you, Dad. Happy that he didn't do it. And my mom just never, I don't think it occurred to her. Because if your kid seems to not question it, would that not make the sense in your head that they already knew? Or are they too afraid to ask? Did you ask your parents? Like, where did you get your sexual education from?
Well, also in elementary school first. I do remember that we were watching this movie about how sex...
This is like an awful cartoon.
Yeah, like a kid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I literally remember it still, which is actually crazy because it's so long ago, but... Yeah, I definitely...
Burned into your brain.
I'm traumatized. Gonna contact my elementary school. No. Imagine though.
This is not okay.
You should not show this movie to children. And I remember that we had like 2 big posters in our classroom of a naked boy and a naked girl. Like drawn.
Oh, drawn. Yeah. Okay, I was like...
Yeah, no.
That's
what happens in German schools.
Kids don't go to German. They have Vergane and...
I know you were all thinking this right now. Yeah. No, but we had those big paintings, drawings, whatever you want to call it. And then there were like words attached to each body part.
Ooh, fun.
So this is like the vagina, or vulva.
Could you rearrange the words?
You could, but... So one day... the penis sign fell down to the floor.
He did not have a penis.
Well, the penis was still there,
Oh,
but
okay.
just the sign saying what it is fell
Uh-huh.
down. And then my teacher was like, Maren, can you please glue the
Pin the penis.
glue the penis sign back to the painting?
Okay.
And now I do remember this like yesterday, and as you said, like also just being embarrassed, everything was awkward, and it was this whole like weird thing
Aura,
you
yeah.
actually don't want to really talk about, but then everyone talks about it in a
Yeah.
certain way from a certain age on. It's just always kind of there. And actually I had books my mom gave me,
Oh, nice.
which were, I actually really liked them. They were just very informative in a nice way. Nice, whatever this
Maybe
is.
objective,
Yeah.
informative, but passive.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And also like, what is an orgasm? How can you get an orgasm?
That's nice.
What happens when this is
Okay.
taking
kinda cool.
place. And we had those magazines. It's called Bravo.
Oh.
It's like for teenagers,
Yeah,
because at the time we were in that age, we didn't really have social media, right?
Internet
Yes.
sounded like this.
Yes. Not existent. So there was a lot of like sex education also. And then later in high school, we had another like in biology class, and then they showed us like how to use a condom on a
We had
wooden
that.
dildo.
Yeah. Oh, ours were
was-
styrofoam.
Oh yeah,
Fun.
yeah. That was just also
Just as
so
fragile
awkward.
as a normal penis.
Honestly, when I look back, I would really also not want to be that teacher.
Honestly, yeah. That
Oh
must
my
be
god,
horrible.
yeah. But definitely.
Shout out to those teachers.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, girl.
We love you.
Didn't learn anything, but thanks for your effort.
that styrofoam penis.
A for effort. But yeah, and then of course, like you get in a certain age where your friends have their first sexual experiences, and I had this girl in my class who was very like early with everything. So she actually educated us, which
fun.
I'm quite grateful for that, because she experienced everything before us, like menstruation, getting boobs, having sex, giving a blowjob, having sex with a girl as well.
Oh, so she tried the whole shebang.
She tried everything, and that was actually also really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about now? Like, if you have questions around, like, about sex or a certain subject in it, where do you find this information, and where possibly did you wish to find it more than other places?
Yeah, so I think nowadays with the internet, yeah, I think that obviously helps a lot, that you can just like, oh, what is this? Let me Google this, like, what the fuck is...
What is this?
What is this? Let me Google this. I don't know. That is helpful. Also social media, for sure. I think there are, even though I think it can be also... showing misguiding and showing a certain beauty ideal or whatsoever on Instagram. Let's choose Instagram as an example. There are also a lot of helpful pages where you're like, okay, actually that is helpful to know, or someone is finally like showing a picture of this or speaking about this. So the barrier is also lower, because then
But then again, we have the censorship because it is online media.
Exactly. It's still fitting into the whole picture of how you should be as a woman and as a man and everything around it, right? But I think still there's more information available than back when we were like in high school or elementary school or whatever. What about you?
Yeah, I found out that I can find a lot of information online, though I tend to find the most... medical information online, and if I want to know the true things, I ask my friends.
Yeah.
I start an open conversation if they're willing to do it. I mean, privacy for sure.
Yeah.
But if they're willing to, I will ask them what their experience with the certain subject is, if they know about it, or we will discuss it if they don't, and then I'll have an honest conversation with them. And often I benefit more from that, because that's the real world, uncensored, cards on the table, facts of their experience with certain things.
If they share it.
If they share it. If not, I will go to another friend that possibly will share it, or I will be like, why are you not sharing this? You will learn from me, I will learn from you.
Because
we are
I
benefiting.
think the way we have been all educated in our own way, right, and socialized, but assuming that this has been quite similar between the two of us, I also realized that especially with my female friends and straight friends, it's like, it's very taboo, like everything is like taboo and but oh, what, you're like, I don't know, dating several guys at the same time or whatsoever. It's still, as much as we try maybe to be open about it, everyone still tries to fit into the greater picture,
and
right?
Hide a little bit of the information.
Exactly.
Which is what we're trying not to do here.
Yeah, that's exactly the point, right?
So with this podcast, we're just trying to tell everyone out there, this is what we do or have done. And honestly, we just want to shed some light on what the hell is going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk it out. Share war stories.
Yeah.
This is what we should do.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys will want to share with us. If not, that's okay. You can listen to mine and ours, weird stories, everything in between.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we'll hear from you soon.
Exactly. But thanks for listening already. And we're excited to share.
Sharing is caring!
Sharing is caring!
Concubitus! Woohoo!